Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Virgo for February 2011. And this also applies if you have a Virgo ascendant. So my Virgos, boy, are you having to learn a lot of lessons around money. This is going to be going on for about another year yet, on and off. But when I say lessons around money, it's going to be around making money yourself, feeling independent. It's going to circle around joint resources, how you deal with money, with other people's money, with other people's things. Your values are changing. What used to be important to you may no longer be important to you, or there's a change, a gradual change happening in your priorities and your values that will translate down into your earning and your income. Now, with Saturn in this house of money, until 2012, this is an important time for you to look at what's important to you, to get really back down to the basics. What drives you? What gives you gratification? What makes you feel good about yourself? Because it's never necessarily, or for very few people I find, very few of my clients, is it about money itself. It could be security issues, it could be about feeling that you need to be enjoying your work more, or going for a career that you've always wanted to do and maybe not allowed yourself to do, or developing your career further and not being so frightened to step out because, Virgo, let's face it, there is a caution to you. You're careful because you want to have the conditions completely right before you step out very often. Well, this Saturn in your second house is going to force you to look at where your priorities lie. Because if you don't look at these priorities, then you're going to find yourself repeatedly with obstacles. Obstacles in your path if you're not really being true to that inner self of what you really desire. Because when you're really true to it, then you can start to do what you love, and doing what you love should be able to bring you that income and that money that you desire. However, you'll have to have a plan. Saturn doesn't hand anything to you on a plate. It says, hey, wait a minute now. What are you planning here? How are you going to structure what it is you want to do? So you will need to structure your finances well. It's also a time when you are going to have to be frugal, you're going to have to be careful, and do not waste anything. That is also going to be important. Now, for much of this month, we've got a lot going on in your fifth house. This is the fifth house of creativity. Wonderful time to be creative. It's also the house that rules children. For the first week of the month, those that you have children, there may be issues with your children. There could be power issues, issues to do with manipulation, where you're feeling as though you're being talked into something that you really don't feel good about. That's one way in which this can happen. As well, it could result in an intense love affair, almost obsessive, where you can't get this person out of your head. You don't know why, but it's just they're rolling around in your head. That as well can be happening under this influence of Pluto conjuncting Venus in this fifth house of creativity, but also a love affair. This could in fact bring a love affair into your life. A love affair. For those of you in a relationship, well, the relationship can start to get more intense. You may feel as though you need more space from this relationship, or that you want the other person to focus more on you and give you more attention. It can play out in lots of different ways, but it's a wonderful time for developing your creativity and doing anything very creative. For much of the month, we've got a lot going on in the house of work. So this will be a time to shine a light on what is it you do for service? How do you feel about the service you're offering people? Is there anything you can improve? Can you go an extra mile? Do you feel, because Virgo does rule service, and you always need to feel as though you're doing something of value to others? Is there any way in which you could add value? Think about that carefully, because this will be a wonderful month where you will be able to create good results from adding value, just in small little ways, but they will really help you. For much of the month, we've got a lot going on in the house of relationship, Virgo. There could be some disagreements going on. There may be situations where you don't see eye to eye. This could be an intimate relationship. It could also be a business relationship, or a relationship with somebody who provides you with a service where you're maybe not so happy with the service. And maybe you need to speak out and it doesn't go down so well. So there could just be some disagreements, and you may have to just find a way to perhaps find a win-win situation, if it is possible, or If necessary, walk away from the relationship. But certainly relationships have a potential for explosiveness this month, particularly after the 23rd of the month. That we do have the third week of the month, the Sun is conjunct Neptune in your third house of work. This can mean the loss of a job or the loss of energy. Your energy level may go up and down. You may feel like 1 minute you're great and the next minute, I'm exhausted. Just changeable energy levels. And in the fourth week, we do have a good opportunity for communication at work with the Sun conjunct Mercury. Good time as well for studying health and healing, learning anything about physical health and healing. This would be a great time to do it. And for those of you in the healing profession, this should be also a good week, particularly that last week of the month. So there we have it, my dear Virgos, a lot going on and a lot for you to think about around money, resources, finances and values. I suggest you think about that very deeply because that's going to permeate this whole year ahead. So I wish you a wonderful month, and I thank so many of you who write to me, who become clients, who give me messages. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great month and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.